Tell them that we're gonna look into another company in the meantime, but, alright, I can't come down or I would, alright? Alright, but. Cintas down back want all the guys' uniforms.
They want what?
They want all the guys' uniforms.
Why?
They said we're 60 days over payment. I have cash check stubs.
Really?
Yeah.
The billing is that bad?
Jeez.
Horrible. Andrea showed me the check stubs they've cashed.
Are they the only game in town?
Pretty much. UniFirst and them.
The game was supposed to be here.
You want to give them a call? Make sure? Instead of text, just call them?
It's 9:59 and we're live, so just so you're
Okay,
aware.
yep.
Okay, sounds good.
We're gonna have two non-publics, just so you know.
Is this the official copy that goes to the Selectmen team, or?
I gave everybody one so they can read through it, and then we'll have one official one up. Maybe John's or something. We'll send it around.
All rise.
Sorry, I'm not tired.
Fireman. Hey, Brian. Okay, it's 3 o'clock. I'm gonna call the meeting to order. Roll call. Brian?
Here.
And Kyle? Here. Welcome, Kyle, to your first meeting. Thank you. First order of business is we need to pick chair and vice chair. Does anybody want to be chair or want to make a nomination for chair?
Nominate John Smith for chair.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Does anybody want to be vice chair or nominate someone for vice chair?
I'd like to nominate Brian to be the
I
vice
was
chair.
gonna say I've done it for a year. I'm happy to nominate you if you want.
I'd kind of like to get my feet wet, but did
Okay.
you feel you were able to do that in your
Yeah.
first year?
Yeah, he was only absent for 1 or 2 meetings.
Yeah, I don't miss many meetings, so.
I ran the meeting. So
So
I'll
you-
accept your
You
nomination.
made the motion, I'll second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Brian, vice chair.
Thank you.
Okay, before we go into the rest of the agenda, we have two non-publics we're gonna do. We're gonna have a session 1, session 2, so I make a motion to go into non-public under RSA 91A32C, session 1, and RSA 91A32A, session 2. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Kyle? Smith is yes, we're in non-public.
3:01. 3:43.
Okay, I make a motion to re-enter the public meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to seal the non-public minutes from session 1, which was C, and session 2, which was A. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, Chief, you have something for us?
Yes,
Good.
the other night I was working, and I just wanna let you know that I hit a mailbox. I left a card in the mailbox with no damage to the mailbox, but the police vehicle did receive some damage. Just to let you know.
So just a minor dent?
Yes.
Okay, so nothing really worried about, just
No,
a minor?
no, just wanna let you know.
All right, well, just be more cautious. I would
Yes.
imagine the board has the same sentiment. Okay,
Things
appreciate
do happen.
Appreciate the
Thanks for being honest
transparency
about
on that,
it. Yes,
exactly. Yeah, thank you, Chief. Okay, committee assignments. We have planning board, we need a representative, and budget committee. Does anyone want to make a nomination for either one of those?
I'd like to nominate myself as be the selectmen's representative to the planning board.
Okay, I will second that. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Budget committee?
I'm willing to nominate you to budget committee.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Great, that's done. So I put a letter on, you weren't on the board, I think we made a motion to put it on, there was my chairman letter regarding all the social media nonsense. I make a motion to remove that,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
I think we should put a thank you message on the webpage, thanking all the voters for turning out the town meeting and supporting the budget as presented. I think that's smart, and people need to be recognized for sitting there for 4 hours.
I think that's fair.
Yep, so, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
We'll let Matt draft that up and get it on there, is that okay?
Something super simple?
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
and so,
if you
that-
mind, will you give me permission to work with him on it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, be simple, straightforward,
Yeah,
on behalf of the board,
Thank you on behalf of the board for showing up and voting.
yeah.
Can I add to that real quick?
Sure,
I'd just like to say the fact that it changed out of our total budget, $5,000,
Right.
speaks volumes to the hard work that the budget committee did.
correct.
So,
Yeah, I agree. We have a meeting, so Kyle, you don't know about this, Brian, we talked about this, so our DES lagoon, our DES lagoons, our lagoons at Camp David, have you been out there? You should go tour.
I haven't,
You should-
TJ's gonna take me out though.
So that's where all our septic haulers go, you get your septic pump, mine, our system goes there from the solids, all gets dumped there, it goes into these lagoons.
Private septic companies dump there as well?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's what, that's part of the reason why our septic hauling fees are not ridiculous, because it's local, and they can all come here. $300 to $500 to do your house, whatever, or anybody's house. Anyway, that's being closed down in 2031 due to some new administrative rule by DES. It's a rule, it wasn't a law, it was done through the rules process. So Senator McConkey, myself as a state rep, and also I want to go with permission from the board as the chair, along with Matt and TJ, in Concord at April 2nd at 10:30, we're meeting with the DES commissioner, one of the department heads, Senator McConkey, to talk about this rule, if and what and how it could be changed, because this is gonna hurt our revenue, and there's no facility nearby for you to bring your septic tank other than
Conway.
Conway,
Farmington.
Farmington, and one other place. And we'd have to get,
Plymouth is one of them?
Plymouth.
That's so ridiculous.
the hauling cost would be astronomical.
So it's gonna add cost to everyone's
Huge.
individual septic.
Cost to
company.
our sewage operations, cost to you, every person in this town and the region that hauls their septic, it's gonna cost big time. And we're gonna lose a lot of revenue coming in that subsidizes the sewer system. So, I'm gonna make a motion to authorize TJ, Matt, and myself to go to Concord and represent the town on behalf of the board on April 2nd at 10:30. Do I have a second?
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Can I just add that you might, could we reach out to like Dave Jubert and like McKenna to see what it, like, what it would be? If that actually came to fruition?
I talked
where
to
we had
Mike, yeah, he was, threw his hands up, he's like, I don't know what I would do, basically, it's gonna be so high, it's gonna, I don't,
The biggest thing it's gonna hurt is the revenue we get from those haulers.
Right,
Cause they're coming from other towns and everything, and
Those
if we
checks,
didn't have that,
yeah.
Right.
we're gonna have to
Oh, it would be a lot then.
do 150,000 on to,
to use.
cause we have a cap of how much we can haul in, so we know how much we're gonna bring in revenue.
I see. Yep.
So hopefully this meeting is productive. and
Is
we'll
it,
see
do
where
we
it
hit the
goes.
cap every year?
Oh, yeah.
What is it, 980,000?
Yeah, I think it was it took me, Jim, the lead supervisor over there, him and I, it took us 2 years to figure out that we actually weren't even at our cap.
Right,
So we've got everything straightened out, so we're making decent off the haulers to offset the cost of the whole system.
alright, go on to the next thing, so I need a vote from this board, so as you know, I do the zoning, we talked about it at town meeting voted to fund the extra legal line, up to 100,000. I'm not gonna get into all the details or explanations, but I work closely with Matt, the health officer, and the town attorney to continue these cases, so I want a vote from the board to continue on the current trajectory that we're on within that office. Otherwise, we have to come back to this board for every action, and it would be impossible to operate that way. So I make a motion to continue with the zoning enforcement building office as currently and previously established, working with the town administrator and the town attorney for that process. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Next thing I have is, at the town meeting, there was some questions, did you get those documents from Tracy Fernandez?
No.
Okay, so Tracy Fernandez, I can say, because she was a public, on camera at the town meeting, about the ambulance bill being billed $21,000 for an ambulance ride, which I think is absurd, but whatever. I do recall when that ambulance contract was put in way back before I was even on the board, part of that was that they weren't gonna bill above and beyond what insurance paid.
Right.
They were gonna make the person whole, so they didn't go into, but that seems like not to be happening. So Matt's waiting to get documents from Tracy Fernandez to see how we can address this with the ambulance company so people aren't getting screwed. for lack of a better term.
I personally had an ambulance situation where I got a $6,300 bill for a ride,
Yeah.
so I get it.
Do you need a motion of some kind to engage Hatch, or you think you?
I think it would have more weight.
Okay, so I make a motion for you to, on behalf of the board, to engage, is it still John Hatch?
Yep.
At Action Ambulance to, to address the concerns we have with the overbilling on ambulance rides for our residents.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next one is, you were here, were you here when we purchased 250 Newman Drew, the Boy Scout camp?
Yes.
The property next to the Boy Scout camp, I mean. So you know we purchased that,
With the conservation money?
yeah, next to the Boy Scout camp. We had a conversation this past year about not improving the conservation land, but improving the property we own at 250, meaning just parking access, making a
Right.
spot where people can come in, clear it, they can park, they can walk down through the woods to get access to
The river.
the new conservation piece that we purchased.
It's on the
So,
Bear Camp River?
yep,
Yep.
yeah, which is a nice gravelly bar that people can use in the summertime, it's a great spot. Obviously, we're not gonna improve the conservation land, but we can improve the land next to it. So TJ, I know, is looking forward to that project, but I think we should make a motion for you to proceed at your pleasure to do it, with
Yep.
improving it.
What kind of improvements are you thinking of doing?
I think we're gonna go down there first and cut the bigger trees. We'll probably do that in mud season and cut the bigger trees and get it widened out a little bit, that, just to make enough. We don't wanna cut it too much.
For the access
Yeah.
path itself?
Yeah, well, you can drive down there now with my pickup, but it's pretty tight.
Now you gotta.
And then, down there we'll make enough to turn some vehicles around and park them. And then we'll go down and grub that out, just with the excavator, get down enough so we can put a bed of gravel and just gravel it. And maybe mow some small bushes with the new excavator and.
And my question would be, the gate now is up on Newman Drew, will we move a gate further beyond the parking area so it's locked, so people aren't going down there at night? And that's the other question, who's gonna lock the gate at
That's
night?
what I was gonna say, that's hard to do that.
Unless
it's
unless the PD can make that as part of their patrol to lock it at night. I don't know if you can, if that's something, I'm putting you on the spot, chief, or I am.
I'm accustomed to it, lots of places.
You
You
could
guys-
do that and then have it seasonal as well.
Do we have to lock it at night? I mean, it's,
I think if you don't, you're gonna have problems down there at night, cause it's
Okay.
very remote.
no,
It wouldn't
I
be
don't
good.
disagree, but yeah.
Does the Duncan Lake Beach have a gate
No.
tonight?
No, but at least there's some people around there.
Yeah.
It's a little more, this is remote. If you, I don't know if you've been down there, you should take a walk down
I
there.
haven't seen the new spot.
It's very remote. There's nothing around, right?
Correct.
And I don't think it would be good to leave it open all night. That's my one man's opinion, but you guys may have a different opinion.
I'd be alright with trying to just leave it unlocked, and I mean, it's the people's,
Maybe
See how it
start
goes.
that way and see if it becomes an issue first.
Okay, I'd be fine with that.
Until you get complaints.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
right, we can readdress
yes,
it.
until we get complaints if we do.
Just because it sounds like logistically it's gonna be difficult to get someone to
It would
consistently
be.
walk in
Yeah,
and walk
it
it kind of
would
thing.
be.
Yeah.
It would
Well,
be.
mark it for carry in, carry out, no
Yes.
trash, no town provided service there, right?
Correct.
Is there a gate already there?
There is, but it's up at the Newman Drew, right there.
Can it be moved back?
It can be, that's something I agree with what they said, that we would move it if necessary.
But,
Are you, Frank, can you hold on a second?
Oh,
We're not in
okay.
public input, we're just
All right, I'm
discussing.
sorry.
That's okay, Frank, no problem.
Did I miss it? You're gonna do more of a formal gravelled parking area, correct?
Yeah, it's
What
gonna
do you think we can fit there for cars?
Gonna have to go look and measure it out, stake it out, and then we'll dig it out and get it
But I
straight.
think it's one of those things, you start, and if it becomes, you can, there's plenty of land to expand it if needed, right?
Yeah,
You start
no,
it.
I was thinking that too, even if it's 4 or something to start with.
So I make a motion to authorize TJ with the highway department to improve the 250 Newman Drew property for parking access.
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's good enough, TJ?
Yep.
You know if
What
I
the
can do
PD
anything
can do
else.
is keep track of the complaints that do come in.
That'd be great.
You know, if you get one complaint a month, is it really worth it?
Right.
So, we'll just keep track of it.
Bless you.
TJ, you want to speak to this?
Yeah, before I do that, because we had that conversation, I'm gonna talk a little bit, so I've been talking with Justin, and obviously he's gonna have another full-time employee, and I'm gonna utilize the highway department, and we're all gonna go down for 3 or 4 days to, Duncan Lake Beach, and we're gonna try to like really spruce it up, put new pressure treated posts, and we're gonna try to actually rake the bottom of that by
Good.
hand, and we'll get it to where we've got it every year, and we'll see how long it lasts.
Okay.
You guys voted for carry in, carry out there now. So we won't have to worry about trash, but we're gonna try to really mow everything back, mulch it, and just see how long it lasts. We'll do the best we can, but.
No, I'm good with that, we don't need a motion for that, I think.
No, it's no motion, I'm just letting you guys know.
Because that's
that we're
already
gonna do it.
established, yep, no, good.
So in front of you guys is a memo. Little backstory is we have a 2003 John Deere 5220 that's been split in half two times from Scott, the mechanic, because it's
Yours in there?
You can go on listening.
oh, you're good.
Yeah, I just put it in here, sorry.
We've got our use out of that and the 2009 3320. We have fought for 5 years, and Matt was here for all 5. John here with doing the sidewalks. I believe that is the responsibility of the board to make sure those are done, and it's hard to do because we bought a sidewalk machine for cheap money off another town. Using the plow, it works great, but using the snow blower, we've had everybody look at this snow blower, and my belief, and Chairman Smith has looked at it as well, and Scott's looked at it, it's a design flaw. The snow doesn't come out off the propeller the right way, it doesn't work. So then we have the small sidewalk, sidewalk Sally, everybody called it. That works good with about 4 inches of snow, but when you get more than that, it's not good. And we gotta have something that's decent to do these sidewalks, because Chris goes out plowing all night, or I do with them, and then when anyone gets back, they gotta do the sidewalks. So it can't be, you're getting in a jalopy tractor and trying to go do it, and then you're getting lugged back by the loader or something. You gotta have something decent to do it. This will kill 2 birds with 1 stone, because Chris uses that tractor on all the ball fields all summer. He moves loam around with it. This will give him a new tractor, but I strongly recommend that the Board of Selectmen authorize myself to trade the 2003 JD 5220 tractor for the sum of $6,750 and the 2009 JD 3320 tractor for the sum of $7,750 to United Ag and Turf in Ossipee, New Hampshire, towards a John Deere 3046R. I recommend the board purchase a 60-inch heavy-duty snow blower, work saver skid steer adapter, and the breakdown is attached, but the purpose of this is mainly to clear snow from the sidewalks and maintain the town-owned grounds. Total cost of tractor, snow blower, skid steer, adapter, and protection plan is $63,172.32, and after trade, we would take $48,672.97 from FEMA funds. I think it's a good purchase, and then we will be able to keep the sidewalks, because this year, a lot of the times, the highway guys had to shovel them. It's quite a bit of
Yeah,
sidewalks.
that's, TJ, I'm gonna concur with TJ, that snow blower machine we have, the sidewalk machine they're out of business. We got it for dirt cheap, $7,500 for it.
Yeah, and it come with a whole bunch of different.
Yeah,
I
so it
think
was
that's why
actually,
the other town gave it up, because it wasn't effective.
It's very
Well-
effective using the plow, but we can't, because we can't get it up over those walls with the
it's
plow.
definitely a design flaw, something within, whatever it is, we can't use it. This is a no-brainer, we're gonna use the FEMA funds, this thing will last another 20 years, this tractor, and it's gonna have multiple uses, so.
2 quick questions.
Yeah.
FEMA funds, can you break that down? What do we have for FEMA funds? And
Matt would have to say, but I think we're at like, I don't know, we got 1.08 total.
Over the last couple
We've
of years.
used, I'm not gonna try to do it in my head.
See if you can find it.
There's this,
I forget what we have in there exactly,
yeah.
right now.
obviously enough to fund this.
Oh, no, yeah, 100%.
And any other things that would be more difficult without the other 2 tractors?
No, the other two, so we used to use the 5220 to gravel the sides of the road and put a blade on it to knock the gravel over.
You could do that with a new unit?
The new one, well, we ended up building a shim plate for the grader, so we actually use the grader. So that works a lot faster, a lot better. But we thought about taking these 2 and put them in auction, but what we found with town auctions, you might get $50 for them. And if this is guaranteed money for the town, I don't believe you'll get this out of them, because they're pretty old. They've been running salt. But this tractor is like a combination between the 2, so anything these 2 did, this one can do.
That helps, thank you.
Do you wanna make a motion, you wanna hear how much we have in FEMA before, are you comfortable with motion?
I'm comfortable as long as there was enough for the cover.
Yeah, we got way more than that, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to authorize TJ to proceed with everything he just discussed on the John Deere tractor.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We're gonna sign this one, give it back to you, is this?
Yeah, we'll just do one and then I'll have it.
I wanna make sure that I didn't miss anything before misquote, that's why I didn't end up bringing it out.
You can get that to Kyle after the meeting,
Truck, yeah.
Matt?
anecdotally, I think around 280.
Okay.
So we'll get
Prior
that
to
number after the meeting. I'll
Do you
get
want
it
this
for
for
you.
your records, or, because we're taking yours to the form?
Spend
No, I
about
don't
3/4 of it roughly.
Here's the
Yeah, it's the
second
excavator, the
Yeah.
backhoe, a truck.
one. So let me move on here.
Yeah.
You guys received the email from Joy Gagnon regarding the welfare flyer and informational. I reviewed it, you reviewed it. I think the flyer itself with the information, I think is a great idea. We can put it at the welfare office. There's already, display, what do you call those things?
A bulletin board.
Yeah, bulletin board on display, there's things to take existing flyers, you can put it on the board downstairs, put it on the town welfare page to disseminate the information to those that need it. As far as conducting a survey within that office, I am not in favor of that. I believe that's gonna muddy the waters within that office. Sam needs to focus on administering the applications and following the legal process. He shouldn't be involved with conducting surveys. So,
Yeah, Sam does a good job following
Yes.
the state guidelines that are offered to us, so.
I'll make a motion to make this fact sheet that Joy Gagnon presented to us available at the locations I just stated. Do I have a second?
Cups right there.
Any other discussion on this, or you wanna
I
add
was gonna
anything?
say, I think it's important that it's on the town welfare site. It's difficult to refer people to outside agencies to start the process as the cover sheet on our own welfare application.
Right.
So although I understand where she's coming from and wants to get the information out, I feel like this would be the more appropriate way to do it.
Yep, and I think that's great. So all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I'm assuming you want me to email Joy.
Yep. Okay, that was that. We got a couple of minutes. I have two requests here. This is from the Library Board of Trustees. They want to fill the vacancy. They're looking to appoint Jean Vidler, Vidler, and Roger Takul to both one-year terms as alternates for the library trustees. I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
You want these back?
Yes,
We
please.
did those? Okay. I'm sorry, we got that right, 403. Take the five, we can do this downstairs, I think.
I still need to go through a couple things in the report.
Yeah, so we'll give you time to look through, we'll do the rest of this downstairs. It's not much, we'll zip through it.
Well, we can say it up here and then
Okay.
you can announce it downstairs if you want, but the roads are posted to
Okay.
6-ton load limit, obviously.
I'll let you hit that downstairs too, and we'll do it.
Just wanna say it, because there's a lot of people that,
Okay. So I'm gonna recess till 4:15, thank you.
404.
Yeah, you can have that go through, a few minutes. I was looking for my white sheet and I couldn't find my light. There was no connection.
No, there wasn't one.
Is that a dead animal or a microphone?
Somebody must have taken it.
I listened to the state today. Oh, all I could do was laugh when I listened to those guys, because it was like, I was listening to Education Board today, and it was a joke. It was 10 to 8, and all 8 no, all 10 yes. Oh, no.
It's time. Thank you, it's 4:15, I'm gonna reconvene the meeting, please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm gonna open up the first public input. Any public input today? No? Edwina, go ahead.
First of all, I want to thank the community for passing our $25,000 warrant article for the Deer Run Trail. And I want to thank the selectmen and the businesses and the individuals and the groups in town who have also donated their time and their treasure. It has put us over our initial budget. So all systems are go. We can now put the turnaround area in and the viewing area down by the lake.
Oh, nice.
We have put a deposit down with the contractor, and thanks to these two gentlemen, we've been negotiating prices on the wood for the boardwalk, and we are purchasing it today. We want to be sure that we keep costs down, and that if the tariffs were to come, that we then end up in a 25% additional cost. So that's all taken care of. I also want to mention that none of this money is from state or federal dollars. The good news on that front is that the money is in-house. We have it. We don't have to count on it. If the government has to pull back on any of those things, it's not going to hurt the project. We hope to begin it in July. We're going to have to shut down that trail after the 4th of July at some point to start to dismantle. The contractor's going to come in August, and hopefully in October, Fall Fest will be dedicating the trail again.
Wow.
So I just wanted to update everybody and thank you all again, and thank the community. Really appreciate it. And on just one other note, we got a couple of wonderful donations today from the Hall family. I did send Matt a note, and I don't know if he mentioned it upstairs, but I was not aware that she had passed away. She was a long-time Ossipee resident, and when I read her obit, I was blown away and very, very sad that I hadn't met her. But she was quite a pioneer, and she was the first woman selectman in town, and she was the treasurer for, 40 years, and started Head Start, was on the original Home Week Committee, and she was on the original board for the Constitution Park. And apparently she and her family have requested that any donations in her name be made to the Friends of Constitution Park to carry on her memory in that way. So we great deal of gratitude for all she did, but also for continuing that with the Constitution Park.
Great. Now, on behalf of the board and the townspeople, I want to thank you for what you've done for Constitution Park. I mean, everyone that's involved. Your hours invested, there is no money that could replace that. I mean, there really isn't. No matter how much money the town has donated, your time commitment is irreplaceable, so.
And it's an incredible resource for the people of town.
It's going to be wonderful. It's wonderful.
You have more energy than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for recognizing Natalie. All that means a lot to me.
Yeah, I was gonna mention her, but thank you for mentioning her and her service. And
This is the same Natalie Hall that was the owner of Hall Oil in town,
Yes.
I believe. They had a business, and Dana Hall is their son.
Yeah.
Yes, Hall Construction,
I
yes.
think the service is May 1st, I believe, in the obituary. It's available online, the obituary. Thank you. Any other public input? Seeing none, I'm going to move on. Going to go right into the red folder documents. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but the total fund payments for payroll and accounts payable this week was $150,341.36. Make a motion to approve that.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I got a water sewer warrant in the amount of $10,672.58. Make a motion to approve this.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Got another water and sewer warrant in the amount of $20,414.93. Make a motion to approve this.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
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 I got the work session meeting minutes from Monday, March 3rd. Make a motion to approve these.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
You could vote for it, it's not a big deal. Just meeting minutes. But, yeah, you could abstain also, but either way, that's not.
I did have to cross Sue's name out and write my own.
Yeah,
so-
that's fine. It's not a big deal. I got meeting minutes from March 3rd, I'm sorry, public hearing minutes from March 3rd. Make a motion to approve these. Is there a second?
Oh, you weren't here then. Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I have, let's see, these are requests for abatements. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 requests for abatements. These were all reviewed, people filed for abatements. They were reviewed by the assessor. Our new assessor is fantastic. He gives a detailed explanation as to either why we should grant it or why we should deny it, all fact-based. And I thank him for that, and he recommends they all get denied. I'm gonna read each one and then make the motion. First one is for map 92, lot 65, 4 Spruce Lane. Next one is for map 21, lot 3, 79 Effingham Road. The next one is from 9 Spring Tavern Hill Road, map 242, lot 22. The next one is from map 123, lot 8, 954, Route 16. Next one is from map 22, lot 39, 46 Channel Road. And the last one is map 117, lot 29, 1034, Route 16. I make a motion to deny these based on the assessor's recommendations.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Could I ask, do we have the same assessor at the time?
Yep.
Okay.
Avatar, I have a notice of decision from the Planning Board, or Zoning Board of Adjustment, case number 25-04V, 58 Deer Cove Road, tax map 44, lot 60. They were granted a variance. They're demoing an existing home and building a new one. It's in the file for review. Any old business? New business? You have some posting roads?
Yeah, the roads are posted throughout town. Everyone's called, asked when they're coming off. Well, I don't know. Whenever the weather cooperates, they actually, Neil's here too, but they actually are drying out a lot better than I expected. This rain will help get the frost out of the ground too, but we don't know. We'll keep looking at them and follow suit with everybody around us. We kind of work with the state and the surrounding towns and try to pull them all out at the same time.
All right. Just for the viewing public, we had discussed a lot upstairs, had multiple items that I added to the agenda. Feel free to watch it. Trying to think, I feel like I'm missing something. Am I missing something?
I do have these DRA.
Oh, go ahead, Brian.
So
Yeah, I did this.
speaking of Sue,
Yeah.
I have DRA, notice of intent to cut wood or timber.
In honor of Sue.
That was good.
Map 231, lot 1. The second one is map 267, lots 1 and 2, and map 272, lot 2 and 3. Make a motion we accept these notice of intent to cut.
Second? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I think that's good. So, all right, second public input. Go ahead, Chris.
Again, I don't know if it's under your jurisdiction or not, just a curiosity question. It has to do with communication from the fire precincts about their meetings. Is that something each precinct does on its own? How do they communicate it? Is it Recovery Sun or is it out? I mean, if I didn't go to the budget committee meeting, frankly, I never would have known there was a Center Ossipee precinct meeting. And so I don't think that's right. I think there are public, because I think we would have gotten if people know about it ahead of time, there's a 2-week notification, people would make plans. Because if they knew what was going on at some of those meetings, they maybe would take a little more of an interest. So I'm just curious how that all operates. Maybe I got to go to the Center Ossipee Fire Precinct to find out.
So I don't disagree because they're technically their own village district, they're their own form of government, but they're part of the town at the same time. I would like to see him and Matt, we can make a motion to have Matt reach out, get their meeting dates and times and put it on our webpage as a news announcement. I think that's smart going forward. So I make a motion to have Matt, obviously not till next budget cycle, reach out to the fire precincts to get their annual meeting date and time so it can be posted on our website going forward. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion on that?
I just to say, I agree that that would be a great way to do it,
Yeah.
to get it out there, and it is something that we need to do.
Yep.
Can I ask a question on this?
Just, we're in the middle of voting mode.
In favor, yes.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so, great point. So, go ahead, Dallas.
I just wanted to clarify what you just said.
Yeah.
Did you say put it on the website, you're not on the calendar, you're gonna put it on the calendar?
No, just put a news announcement on the website.
Right, that's what I was trying to
I'm not gonna put it
understand.
in the calendar as town business.
So when I look at it, I go directly to the calendar?
Right, well, you'll have to find it on the news announcements.
Okay.
We've
never really put any outside
No.
agency or organization on the town calendar. It's truly town, they're their own government, so it wouldn't be.
To be a news
consistent
announcement,
with our-
we're announcing the news of their meetings.
Okay.
I guess, I'm sorry, Dallas, you.
No, that's fine.
I guess, you all are very good about sending out communications about agendas and minutes from meetings. I guess I'm curious again, why can't the precinct even send out a message saying, hey, on March 6th at 6 o'clock will be our meeting, rather than having the citizen have to check necessarily, which they should. I think, again, they can do proactive communication, send it out to the people so that they know what it is, because not everybody's gonna check that, and unfortunately, we don't get the turnout there. So I would hope that maybe the precincts would do a little bit better job. Maybe they don't want people there, I understand, but I think getting the communication out in front of the meeting would be, to me, an opinion, but maybe that's impossible.
Dallas, you got something?
I will say that I did see that Ossipee Corner did post it in the Conway Daily Sun.
Yeah,
That's the only one I can remember seeing though.
Okay.
but not everybody gets the sun.
And I don't usually read it, so
And can you find it? It's hidden.
it's in the very back, yeah. you
I don't know,
got
I
it.
just think there's a better way to get the message out. I'll just leave it.
I don't know if they manage their own websites, I honestly, I don't know.
I don't think, I looked for it recently for the same purpose. I wasn't finding.
That'd be something, I guess, each precinct would have to, people would have to take up within their village district and say, you have to create a website with this information.
I mean,
would imagine.
Facebook makes it pretty much free to make
Yeah,
a group.
true.
You could do that at least.
Well, it is
Something.
an idea.
But we'll do that at least for the annual meeting, get it on our webpage for next year.
Or what about maybe encouraging them to have it at a consistent time every single year, so we know it's, the first Monday and such, or something like that.
I agree.
Yeah, Bob?
I would encourage them to have Ed and broadcast their annual meeting. Because if you can't make it, at least you can hear the discussion. We're all about transparency. And I think we've got the technology, we should build it into their budget so people can hear the discussion. There's $100,000 that didn't get moved.
Yeah.
That impacted on our overall budget.
Yep, so that's great, it's a great point, but the Honorable Ed Commode does this by donation, he doesn't get paid by the
Well,
municipality.
I'd say
so-
put it in their budget.
Yeah,
I will not take tax money.
he won't take tax money,
Taxation is that.
yeah. So he functions by,
Can I borrow your camera?
that's great. Hey, Joe.
How you doing? Joe,
Sure.
Son of Ossipee Fire. There was just a question in front of you about
Yes.
whatever. Could I have that, may I ask?
Well, you can address the board and then.
Yeah, may I
Sure,
ask?
absolutely.
What was it? The question was about,
The question, Joe, is this. It would be nice for the public to get a little bit better notification, advance notification when their meetings are, so that people are better informed and would be willing to come. It's sort of, if I didn't come to the budget committee meeting,
Yep.
you weren't sitting in front of me,
Yep.
I would have had no idea when your precinct meeting is. And so I know it's in the Conway Sun, but I think
Yes.
there's gotta be, but not everybody gets the Sun. And I just think there's gotta be, we communicate on other aspects of the town to get things out to the people. I just think there's a better way to be informative to the public about when meetings are. That's all.
well, the RSA's for the annual meeting is, it has to be posted 14 days, not including the posting day and the annual meeting. So that almost didn't happen because of what was going on with the budget committee. And I had to go run around to get people's signatures that night.
I signed mine right away, Joe.
I did not, I saw that, I didn't enjoy that night. The other way is it needs to be posted in at least 2 places, it was posted in 3. And it needs to be listed twice in a newspaper that is accepted in a way that is accepted by the Norwell public. It was posted in both the prior weekend editions of the Conway Daily Sun. So,
Well,
I don't know, so I was,
We just offered as a board to next year, just put a news announcement when the 3 fire precinct meetings are. This is their annual meeting, so it's out there, people get to
Yeah.
see it. We're not talking about your normal monthly meetings, just the
yeah,
annual.
no,
So
correct.
we offer
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, the monthly meetings are posted at the post office and things, yeah.
No, I think it's great, but we're moving away from a print understanding of life more to technology. And people are checking their phones, they're checking Facebook, they're checking other things. And I think people are depending on that for communication, and for learning about things. So any way we can get more people to learn about these things, I think would be in the best interest of the precincts, to understand all the wonderful work that you do and the needs that you have. Because sometimes people don't understand that. So that's all I'm saying.
Well, the Facebook is definitely a way. We have somebody now that's definitely doing a lot about Facebook. So that can definitely be taken totally into consideration. But that's not normally how you think.
Oh, go ahead.
For a small fee, your fire district could put their own page on the town website. That way you could post all your minutes there and use their website. For a small fee, of course.
Well, I do believe that we already have.
They do have a link or something on there, but I don't know how updated it is, what information carries over.
It's limited because they're their own government.
Right,
It's like-
that's what I'm saying, it's their own government, yeah.
It just says,
Good.
any information, please call.
Right, yeah, it's-
Phone number,
yeah.
That's all it says. And the list of users, that's it, there's
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And then you meet on the second and fourth Tuesday, whatever the Tuesdays are.
It's the first and second.
Okay, first and second. Yeah, it does say that, but I think it's, the agenda is in the minutes and things like that.
Yep.
Yeah, but we also, man.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the resources
Right.
that the town has. I mean, it's very limited sources to make all that happen. Which isn't the, I mean, creating a web, I mean, we have a website, but to create pages and to keep that up, that would be a volunteer thing, that's not a paid thing.
Something I had suggested earlier, and now that you're here, Joe, I can ask you, have you ever considered having it on a consistent date every year, like the first Monday in March or
It is.
something like that?
It is, so,
It is now, okay.
yeah, so it's been that way forever, it's always the Thursday before the annual meeting here.
Okay, for Center Ossipee, that's what you're.
Correct. Yep.
Go ahead, Bob.
So I think among the three districts, that you could share a service that could post those things for you, that individually be cheaper. So it's not like you having to do it yourself. I mean,
Well, we are three different towns within the town. That's
Right.
really the way you need to think about it. So we do work with each other. We especially work with each other when there's a mutual aid thing going on. But mixing businesses together would almost be like us mixing with the town. I mean, the business that we mix with the town currently is that the town has to hold any of our capital reserve funds or the ETF funds. And we have to go to the budget committee as a formality type of thing. So that's,
Just a question for Matt. So if we add the announcements on the news part of the Ossipee website for the town, will that automatically generate the email communication if people have signed up for alerts?
Yep. It'll be a new-
so, I mean, if the town wanted to do that, just add it onto your calendar, that would, I mean.
I don't know if we want to get into the monthly
But I don't know if
meetings.
you want to deal with that.
I don't think we should get in meddle with the monthly meetings, but I'm fine with my motion, which was to do the
Well, something like the
annual
annual
announcement.
meeting? Yeah, sure, that's fine. Yeah, no, the weekly meetings, no.
Yeah, no, not the weekly,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
we do, yeah.
No, it's hard enough to
Yeah.
respectfully educate
I agree.
taxpayers that they're separate.
That's
It's
cool.
not like
And
a
then
lot
you
of
can do it for
towns.
all three.
That's what I'm saying, for all three, we'll do the annual announcement, and that's it.
Yeah,
I made a motion for that already, so we're gonna.
okay. Anyways, I saw a blip of it and I thought I'd come down and just answer the questions.
You're welcome anytime,
So
Joe.
thank you.
Welcome to stay.
I got dinner to go to. I tried to answer your email back. I'm looking for it. I just got lost. Can you send me another one?
Okay, public input, we're still in, go ahead.
Usually, when real estate people sell a building, they put under contract. Why isn't there one in the old police station?
I'm sorry, can you first state your name for the record, please?
Kathleen Maloney.
Okay.
Usually, when real estate agents sell something, they put under contract. Why isn't there one on the police station?
I mean, on the sign,
Yeah,
we just signed the purchase and sales last week.
yeah,
We'll
it
have to-
should have been
well,
up
we'll
last
ha-
week.
Well, we signed it on Wednesday, we'll have to reach out. Today's only Monday. We'll have to reach out to the realtor and see why there is not a pending sign.
He works the Laconia side of the lake almost every day, so I'm sure he didn't drive over here just for that, but I will send him an email.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I do that right
all
now.
Is it
right.
listed that way on their website? Other listings, I wonder?
I have a question.
Sure,
Harry Shinard, Chickville Road.
sure.
I'd like to know, did the $300 come out of the highway department that was
300,000.
going to go to Hot Toppin to buy the police station?
Nope, it came out of the paving warrant article, not out of the highway budget.
Pay the warrant. Where did the money come from to buy the police station?
So with all due respect, we had 2 public hearings, and we did explain this in detail in selectmen meetings, but I will get into it again quickly. We took $300,000 from the paving warrant article, we used 200 and, how much from ARPA?
It's like
260
something that we had left.
Yep.
And then we used the rest from the general operating fund to cover the cost. So we didn't have to appropriate any new taxation to buy a police station, so that saved us millions in the future. Okay, now.
I just got a quick question. Did you tell us how much you got on the purchase and sales?
No, I don't think we announced that at town meeting, did we, Matt?
No.
No, but it was 363.5, slightly less than we wanted, but we're happy because it's
Yeah.
gonna be back on the tax rolls, paying
I
tax.
figured if we got around 350, that'd be fine.
No, we did good.
We did good.
Yeah.
What was that, Chief?
And it's listed as sale pending online.
Oh, it does, so it's listed as sale pending online. So the web has been updated. The sign,
Yeah, because usually when you drive by.
I get it, but it just happened, so I'm sure it'll show
If
up.
I can also say this, it doesn't hurt to get more interest in it, just in case a deal falls through
That's
anyway,
true.
so I don't think there's.
No deal is done until
It's
the
not a
deed
bad
is signed, so.
Okay.
Any other public input? Seeing none?
Just along that same
go ahead.
topic real quick, I went and toured the new police station today for the first time, and I really think the new building is a huge improvement over what they had before.
Yeah.
I was able to see the entire building, the size of the garage, what they can store inside, how much that's gonna save our vehicles when they're not in use, being indoors as opposed to being outside. The extra space that they have for workspaces, everybody has their own desk and office now, people don't have to share things. So I think they're gonna be a much more productive unit with this new space. I was impressed.
Yeah, that is, it's a great space.
And more compliant, right, from CGIS.
Yes,
and-
more compliant, good, exactly. Chief loves it, he's happy.
He was proud of it, showing it off
It
today.
is, it's a good place. Sure is.
Yeah, ultimately it was 10% of what a new police station would
Yeah.
cost in today's
Yeah.
world, so.
Did,
We saved about
speaking of that, Conway's
$5
going,
million.
they're doing it again, 9 million or 10 million for an addition. That's what you'd be looking at down the road if we didn't do this. So this was a smart investment.
I'm gonna add one more thing in that I was pretty impressed with today. There's a lot of items within the police station that they're using for day-to-day functions that were either free or donated, found at the transfer station in some cases. Lots of things, fixtures, desks, file cabinets, gun safes, all kinds of things that cost the town zero. And that was the initiative of the chief and folks that have been watching for these things, like, hey, can you use this for your new space? And he's done a great job outfitting the place without a big budget to do that. So I was pretty impressed. And I don't think he's gonna get any press on that, so I wanted to make sure it was said publicly.
Thank you.
Okay, seeing nothing further, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
4:39.